Welcome back, I'm Eric.
And I'm Melissa.
And today we thought we would do a February pickups video.
Yep. We thought it'd only be a couple minutes because we've been cutting back, since Portland Retro Gaming Expo and the swap meet in January. And then Eric looked in his database. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah, it was quite a bit more than we thought. I thought it was going to be a slow month, but turned out to be. This is not a slow month for me. This is quite a bit. I don't know by anybody else's standards, but we got a lot to get to here, so we'll just go through it real quickly. I'm going to start with PlayStation. Got a few PlayStation games here, many from Craigslist, some from store. The first one is Colony Wars. I picked this up for three reasons. One, because I'd heard of this game before. Two, because it's by a developer called Psygnosis, which did the Wipeout series, which I'm a big fan of. And three, because it was in really great shape. This is a space shooter. I don't really know that much about the game, but I did try it out, and it looks pretty cool. I was having some trouble with it. It seems kind of difficult, but it doesn't. I don't think it supports. Oh, it does say analog. I seem to was having some trouble with it anyway. But picked this up at a GameStop or a Game Shop, not a GameStop. This one came from Craigslist, Crash Bash. I have little interest in this other than it's a Crash Bandicoot game and it was a black label, and I bundled it with some other stuff off of Craigslist, so I grabbed that. Jet Moto 2, got this from the same game shop as I got the Colony Wars. Again, this was black label, it was in pretty good shape. I've been looking for Jet Moto 2, or Jet Moto 1, but this was the right price, so I grabbed it. It seems like it could be a pretty fun game. Other Craigslist, Ridge Racer, Revolution, and Rage Racer. I have Ridge Racer, the original. It's a greatest hits. I don't have the long box, but I have the greatest hits version. And I have R4. And with these two, Ridge Racer, Revolution, and Rage Racer, I now have all four Ridge Racer games for the original PlayStation, and they're all black label. So I was excited to get those.
Now it's complete.
Now it's complete.
That series is complete.
And then I got Nuclear and Soviet Strike. I had these already as greatest hits. But again, these were the black label versions, so I grabbed these two. And I'm a fan of this. I shouldn't say I'm a fan. I'm familiar with the Strike games. I don't have any for the Genesis, but it's maybe one thing that I'd like to collect. Alright, moving on to PlayStation 2. Thrift shop I like to go to was having a half-off sale, and so I picked up quite a few games that day. And this was one of them, Onimusha 2. I don't have 1 or 3. So this is now the start of a new series.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna maybe try to go after. And then this one. This is Samurai Legend Musashi. Now, the only reason I don't know anything about this game. The only reason I picked it up is because it's Square, or Square Enix. Yeah, Square Enix. It seemed like it was in good shape. It's a Square Enix game, and again, it was half off at a thrift shop, so I grabbed it. Those are all used. I got this as a gift from my beloved. DuckTales remastered for the PS3. Exactly. I like to have the physical copy, so I got the physical copy, and it came in this great case. And I also have DuckTales for the NES. I got that at the
that's right.
Northwest Classic Gamers Expo in January, so we'll be able to compare those two. Let's move on to Xbox 360. Dragon Age and End War. I got these two at a pawn shop. I grab a bunch of games and the guy gives me, a deal. They're not in the best shape, but the price was right. So, grab those two. Okay, that's it for the non-Nintendo stuff. Everything else is Nintendo. Let's see. Got this at a thrift shop. Again, different thrift shop, but it was 50% off. So I think I paid $1.50 for this. It's a ASCII-ware Super Nintendo pad. I normally like the first-party controllers. I don't normally collect the third-party ones, but this one seemed kind of interesting, and for $1.50, I figured why the heck not. It's a little yellow, but I don't know. I don't really care. It was cheap. So that's it for Super Nintendo. No, we'll wait on that. Let's see here. Let's just go to Game Boy. Got this at a Craigslist bundle. It seems that every Game Boy Color I see comes with Tetris DX, so it did. But that's not why I was interested in this bundle. The bundle also came with Pokemon Red. This is the second Pokemon game I've gotten for the Game Boy. The first one was Yellow that I got at the Northwest Classic Gamers Expo from Dr. Nintendo. Or the Nintendo Doctor.
Yeah.
Did a little trade there, but this Craigslist bundle had Red. And then, of course, the next day there was a bundle that had red, yellow, and blue, and a bunch of other stuff, which might have been a better deal, but certainly the price was higher. But anyway, I have red now, red and yellow, and another Game Boy Arctic purple. At my favorite thrift shop, that they had the half-off sale, I also got Paperboy and the second Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: Back from the Sewers. So this is the second one I have for the Game Boy. I have Fall of the Foot Clan also. These were just loose, but I'm enjoying collecting some of those Game Boy games. So that was fun. These I ordered new off of Amazon. Let's do it this way. Okami Den. This is, based on Okami, which is for the PS2 and the Wii. I haven't opened it. This is still sealed. But I'm looking forward. I haven't played either the Okami or this. Obviously, it's still sealed. But I'm looking forward to trying that out. And then Castlevania Mirror of Fate. Or this is actually Castlevania Lords of Shadow Mirror of Fate. And this one I did open. Hopefully it's in here. Yeah. And I opened it because I didn't like the shrink wrap. And I wanted to test the Nintendo Power Code. And it was valid. So it looked like it had been re-shrink wrapped. So I tested the code. But big Castlevania fan. Haven't played the Lords of the Shadow. I have that for the PS3. Haven't played it yet, but I wanted to get this too on the 3DS. Again, physical copy as opposed to the HD download. All right, that's it for the portables. Let's see here. Again, my thrift shop that was 50% off. I got Madden 2000. The only reason I did is because it was complete in box, and it was dirt cheap. So I just grabbed it because it's a boxed N64 game.
Plus, I thought you were trying to get the Madden games.
I am for the Genesis, but I didn't really care about the other ones. I mean, I only got this because it's a boxed Nintendo 64 game. Okay, moving on. Let's see here. So we'll start with the Wii and then move to the NES. So these I got at that pawn shop on the same day as I got End War and Dragon Age. We've got Trauma Center. Now, apparently I wasn't paying very close attention. I would never have bought this if I had been paying attention to the fact that it didn't have the manual. But it doesn't. So that was unfortunate. I guess I just grabbed a bundle and forgot to look at it closely enough to verify that the manual was in there. This one is called Spyborgs. I don't know anything about this game. I only bought it because it kind of looked cool on the cover and it said Capcom right there. That's it. That's the only reason. I mean, it's complete too, but I haven't tried this out. I'm looking forward to trying it out, but I don't have high expectations of it, so it can probably only beat my expectations. It's a Capcom Wii game. How bad could it be? And then I ordered this on Amazon too. I finally decided to pull the trigger on this, Pandora's Tower. As far as I understand it, there's a trifecta of great or good or sought after maybe Wii RPGs. They are Xenoblade Chronicles, which I have, and The Last Story, which I think I have a collector's edition for. It's got some kind of extra content and books, and then there's Pandora's Tower. So I finally decided to pull the trigger on this one. I think it was based on somebody's YouTube video, and we were like,
too.
Maybe we should finally get that.
Yeah.
And I was able to get it off Amazon for a pretty good price. So it's still sealed. Haven't opened this one yet. I won't open it until I'm actually ready to play it, which maybe never. Along with that, I do have a Wii U, and this month Donkey Kong Country Tropic Freeze came out. I picked that up. I love this, this disc art. These are some fancy disc art they've got on these Wii U games. This is great. I mean, it's high def. It's fantastic, and I think it's by Retro something. I forget the name exactly, but I think it's by the guys who did Donkey Kong Country Returns, and I think they also did Metroid Prime, which is one of my absolute favorite games of all time. So looking forward to playing that. But we haven't really had time because we've been playing this instead. Super Mario 3D World. Now, this didn't come out in February, but somebody had it on sale, and I grabbed it. Yeah. I think we actually grabbed this on Super Bowl Sunday, February 2nd.
Yeah.
And we've been playing it ever since. My kids love this. This is the first.
They want to play it every night.
They want to play it all the time. This is and.
But by playing it, what I do is, so you can just get up in a bubble and follow the main person, which is him, and that's pretty much how they play it.
Yeah, they just follow me along in the bubble, but they love it, and I'm actually enjoying it too. This is a fantastic game, so glad to pick that one up. Okay, so that's it for the more modern systems. So now we'll go all the way back to the classic NES. Let's do these first. These all came, with the exception of one, these all came from my my thrift shop that apparently he got a bunch of NES games in, and they all came in boxes like this. Most of them were this one, this blue one with the Nintendo on it. Some of them were clear, and they're not. They don't have Nintendo on them or anything. And the way that the pegs are in here is not maybe as good, but most of them came in these cases, and so I have a bunch of these now, and I don't know. It's kind of nice, I guess. But let's see. All of these came from. Yeah, I think all of these came from this thrift shop. They weren't all from the half off sale, but I picked them all up through over a period of a couple of weeks. And the first one I'll just alphabetically is Boulder Dash.
Did you have the manual?
They all came with the manual. Some of the reason why I picked most of these is because I was familiar with the title and they had the manual. These aren't all great games, you know. They're not all ones I necessarily would have got, but I did because he had them in and he was giving me a good price, and they were all complete, and they had those little plastic cases. Dig Dug 2, Trouble in Paradise.
Do you have Dig Dug 1?
Well, yeah, but for the 5200 or something. I mean, I don't think Dig Dug was made for the NES.
Just want to make sure you got your series.
Yeah, I got this. Yeah, well, Dig Dug, yeah, I don't really care about that series. Goal 13, or Top Secret Episode. I actually bought this at the Northwest Classic Gamers Expo. I bought it again. This is a duplicate. It has the manual. I'll just sell off the other copy. Maybe at a loss, whatever. But doesn't really matter. Gyrus. Again, I have this for the 5200, but the NES version is better. I don't have sleeves for all of these. Turns out all the sleeves I have left are the Nintendo ones, and I don't like putting third-party games in those, so I'll have to get some. I'll get these in Universal game cases. Hoops. Jalico. Again, I know this game from GamePro back in the day, you know. Bases Loaded and Hoops, and I think they had a soccer game called Goal or something like that. Joust. Again, this isn't really a game I would normally consider an NES game. It's an older game that I guess they ported to the NES. Mock Rider. This one I got at that game shop where I got Colony Wars. I picked this up because it's a black label, and I thought it might be fun to collect all the black label. It's a 5-screw. Maybe this is easier to see. 5-screw. Doesn't have the manual though. That's all right. The price was pretty good, so I grabbed it for that. Millipede. Again, these are like old arcade games that predate the NES. I bought it because the price was cheap, and it came with the manual. And Pinball Quest. Same situation. This one's in really good shape, so. Again, for the right price, if it's in good shape and the manual's there, I bought it. Don't know much about this game or anything. And finally, the last three, I guess, which are the better ones, the best ones here. Let's see. I'll do this one. Gradius. I have this one again. I got this at PRGE. I didn't have the manual, so now I have the manual. I think this version's actually a better label. And I'll just sell the duplicate. And now I've got what I consider a complete copy for the NES. It's got the manual. That's good enough for me. Ice Climber. This is one of the black label. This one. I guess I thought it was a little bit harder to come by, and he had it actually priced pretty good with respect to what I think the market price is for it. So I grabbed it. But yeah, it's another one of the black label that I have. This one is not a 5-screw. Some of the 5 labels I have are 5-screw, and some of them are not. I don't think I'm going to get myself too concerned about only getting 5-screw versions of it. But I do have Ice Climber now, so I'm happy to get that. And then Star Tropics.
Does it come with a map?
This isn't. Yeah, I was going to talk about that. This is, I think, this is like an RPG. I don't know much about it, but I'd heard of it before, and it seemed like it was good. And one of the reasons I bought it is because it had the manual, but it also had this thing attached to the back, which I thought was actually something that had gotten stuck to it. But when I read it, it's a letter that goes with the game. And I don't know if this is common or not, but I thought, well, since it has it, maybe I ought to pick it up. It's stuck on here. So Star Tropics with the letter that comes with the manual and the game. And I think we have one more item for the NES. We've got this guy. This was at the thrift shop that has the 50% off sale. The Nintendo Power Pad, and part of the reason I got it was because I just got the World Class Track Meet 3 Super Mario Duck Hunt World Class Track Meet triple cartridge, and it has the manual with it. Smells. It has that musty old smell. I got to clean it off, but haven't tested it yet. But I'm actually looking forward to trying this out. My neighbors had this when I was growing up, and I'm sure it'll be fun for at least a few minutes. So that's it. That's my pickups for February. That was all done at thrift shops, pawn shops, and a couple of retail at Amazon and I guess Target.
I think Target we got. Well, Donkey Kong we got at the local store.
And we got Craigslist stuff too.
Yeah.
So that's it for February. That kicks off the second month of the year with our game collection.
I know we already started in March too.
Yeah, today is what, the March 2nd, so.
We bought something today.
We bought something, or maybe is it March 3rd?
No, today's the 2nd.
Okay. So March 2nd, and we've already got some stuff, so maybe you'll see that in the next pickups video.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess that's it. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.